Hi guys, you're welcome to another interesting episode of Celebrity Q&A with yours truly, LanzyJ. And as you know, this is where we get to interview your favorite celebrities to help you get to know them better. So my guest for today is going to be introduced just after the break. Stay with us. Fashion and style today on Celebrity Q&A is a certified lawyer, an award-winning fashion designer, and a celebrity stylist, Obitaris of Obitaris Designs Nigeria. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
This is very amazing.
Thank you.
This is Terry Styling.
Oh yes, of course, obviously.
Alright, so tell us, what does it mean to be a successful fashion designer in Nigeria?
To be a successful fashion designer, everybody can be a designer, like I always say, but to be a successful fashion designer, you have to stand out by keeping to time. Like that's one important thing everybody needs to know. You know, when you make agreements with your clients, try to keep to time. Attention to details, very important. You know, pay attention to details, and trust me, you'll succeed in the profession.
All right, so you're telling us that you're not one of those designers that gives you a date and it fails.
No, very difficult, almost impossible. But I mean, sometimes like there are acts of God, like acts of nature, can just change things around, and then your ability to let the clients know beforehand that this might not happen within the time. So I think it's still very visible. So as long as you can make a plan after the plan, that's fine. But that's in very rare occasions anyways. But usually we always meet up to our targets.
All right. So do you remember the first outfit you made? And
yes.
How did it come out?
It was amazing because I made the first outfit I ever made in my life was for my dad.
Okay.
You know,
wow,
so I said I was going to delve into. I mean, being a lawyer, being someone who is a law school graduate, who is a barrister at law, and then I told my dad I was going to delve into fashion. At first, he was doubting the reason, So my strategy was to make him an attire for a meeting he was supposed to go for. So when he wore the attire and everybody was asking him, who made this attire? This is very nice. This is, and I got like 4 clients from that.
You'll be so proud. This is my son.
Exactly. So when he got like 4 clients from that job, that was a spark for me because, I mean, the next clients I had were 4 people from him, his friends. So it was almost a defining factor for me. But it was very strategic, So it was contemplated and well planned. So
okay. So what inspired the move from from practicing law to fashion
for me, I had practiced for 2 years after law school, and then I said chase my passion. I haven't left law. Law is a profession you can't leave. You have the certificate, it's there, so nobody takes it away from you. But the law background I have has also influenced my fashion design background as well. So it has helped me because, I mean, if I'm dealing with clients right now, I know when to, I'm not just a fashion designer, I'm a fashion stylist. So I know when to apply the norms, I know when to put everything in writing, I know when to have an agreement with people that I'm going to meet you at a particular day, and I know to deliver as well as confidential information. So this has helped me in my business as well. So being a designer has just helped me with my passion. Like this is something I love to do, as well as every other thing I love to do. But my law degree is still very functional. Very functional. The only thing I do not do right now is just litigation, which is going to the court, regular court every day. But I still sign documents, I still make agreements, I still register companies for people.
Okay, that's amazing.
Which is not so far away from what I'm doing.
That's really amazing. Yeah. So apart from fashion designing, styling, and then law, what do you do?
I'm a PR agent. I'm a talent manager as well. I manage talents under me. I have artists, I have magicians, I have people who are under me by tutelage. So what I do is when I have this talent, because I don't want the job to be too much on me, I sort out for, if you are an artist and I know a producer, I will link you to the producer. I'm like an agent for this thing. So that's why my brand is Obitaris Consults. Okay. So the Taris Designs Nigeria is an angle for me. I have Taris models where my models model my brand and other brands. Okay. And then I have the management area where I actually manage talents under my brand. So it's almost like it's a body, that entails fashion, personality, style, and all that, entertainment as well. So it's a large brand, it's a broad brand, yes.
Okay, so coming into fashion, what do you envision for Taris styling?
For Taris styling, in general, what I envision is a place, I want like a body, an empire. Yeah, thank you very much, I like that word. An empire where people can come in, and express themselves in whatever way they can. I feel like everything can be infused in fashion. If you're a basketballer, we can infuse you in fashion. Everybody deserves a photo shoot. Everybody deserves to be in front of a camera. We can't all be behind the camera. So I feel like everyone deserves to be in front of the camera for some reason or some reason. You know, you just have to, because I mean, we all have an affiliation with pictures, and pictures tell stories, and stories are memories. You understand? So usually I like to express my art through my pictures, through everything I've done, through the shoots. So it's like creating an empire where you have fashion, music, entertainment, and everything to blend in one. So that's basically what I do. Like, yeah, a recent way for me to get lawyers into my this. I did like a photo shoot session. I was charging for styling and shooting lawyers who were just called to bar recently, the last call to bar. So I got like 10 of them, and I shot them, made their suits. You know, they got their gown. I made their suits for them and coordinated the photo shoot, and it made sense. You know, and collaborated with photographers, makeup artists, and all of them to make that possible. So I think everybody has a fusion with fashion if you find a way. So
that's very nice.
Thank you.
So is this saying that your fashion or your styling goes a long way describing your personality?
Yes, it does. I agree so much with it. I agree so much with it. People should be able to see your style and know where you're coming from and where you're heading to. You know, because your style is innate. You know, your fashion is just an expression, you know, or a trend, but your style is personal. It's who you are. So I think that's very correct.
All right, so talking about who you are, can you describe Obi for us in 2 words?
In 2 words. Yeah. Obi is unapologetically himself.
Wow.
Yeah, that's me.
All right, that was smart. I was
saying. Thank you very much.
All right, so what would you prefer to be your go-to look? Would it be traditional, corporate, casual? My
go-to look, I personally do not have a go-to look, but if I'm talking about my go-to look, I'm a very casual person. I like to just dress less, dress down. I don't like too much, you know, personally. But sometimes, like, you need to make a statement, But actually, my energy, my power as a fashion stylist or as a designer is on people. My clients are top priority. I'm not a fashion designer who dresses better than his clients. No, I'm not that kind of person. No, I like to be behind. Like, sometimes I even go for shoots. I'm going to make a photo shoot and I'm wearing shorts. I practically do not appear in those shoots. You will practically not even see me in the background because I'm just hiding. I'm just trying to put everything together. So where I express myself better is when I make you, for example, look a certain way, and to see your satisfaction. That's where I derive joy from. So I don't really have a go-to look. I'm just a very casual person. I just come out the way I feel, classic. Simple and classic. That's what I do. That's what I'm up for.
All right, dude.
Basically.
So can I have your top 5 fashion designers in Nigeria?
Just Nigeria.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you want to take it international, we can make it 6. 3 international, 3 Nigeria.
Okay, 3 Nigerian, 3 international. Okay. I'm a very good fan, right, of designer. When you say designer, brands, right? Brands, okay, good. Okay, so I'm talking about brands now. So I'm talking about Louis Vuitton. I'm a Louis Vuitton person.
Okay.
I'm a Louis Vuitton person. I can do anything to have a Louis Vuitton. I can pay almost anything to have a Louis Vuitton because I look over their brands and I've worn them for a long time, and I can tell you for sure that what they have, the products they have out there, is amazing.
Okay.
I'm a Vera Wang fan. Yes, I'm a Vera Wang fan. Vera Wang is classic. It's chic. You know, usually she does just female stuff and wedding gowns and all that, but I'm a very one fan. I look at her detailing, I look at the way she puts her stuff out there, and I'm amazed. You know, so.
So it's safe to say your future wife is going to rock
a Vera Wang. I guess maybe. You know, so yes, I'm a Vera Wang person. I'm also for international brand. My final pick is going to be I like Fendi. I like Fendi. I like the way they put out their stuff. I like the bold statement they make when they put out their stuff. I'm a Fendi person. I like the way, I love anything that is bold, anything that is expressive, you know, in a certain kind of way that you can look at the brand and be like, oh wow, that's a Fendi, even without being close, you know. You know, when you see a Fendi, it's a Fendi. It's not, there's no beating about the bush. Yeah. And then from Nigerian brands, I am a fan of someone I really look up to, someone whose brand tells a lot of story, and, you know, I'm very classic. I love Maya Tafo. Maya Tafo, yeah. So Mayomai, you know, as you address him, or right now, Atafo is the name right now. So Maya Tafo is someone I really look up to. I love his style, I love the way he moves, his fashion. I love the way he's been able to create his blends with contemporary and, you know, and suits. His suits are classic, you know. So I've been opportuned as a model back then to wear his stuff on the runway, and I could tell you that that's one of the best brands I have ever modeled for, I've ever worn in my life. So
Maya Tafo. Model to your resume.
No, I was the model, so it's like ex-model. Yeah, that's allowed. So yeah, I can vouch, and I like Uche or Uche, yeah, Uche. So this guy is like a brand. He's like a very big brand, you know. So I am a fan of his brand. I've looked at his suits and the way they are cut, and I can tell you that they are classic, and the way he puts out stuff there. And of course, my very good friend Tevris. If you know Tevris, you know Tevris. So he's he's an amazing designer. I love his stuff. His trads are authentic and mad. Yes, his agbada. No, don't go there. It's like a top notch. So these are the people I really look up to, you know. And I've been able to derive and get one or two concepts from the way they put their things together and they blend. And I'm like, okay, this is coming Nigerian. These are people I look up to, you know.
All right, thank you so much, Obi, for giving us your top 6 fashion brands.
I just remember his name is Ouch Couture. I was trying to remember Ouch of Uche. Yes, Ouch. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, what would you say is the most common misconception about you?
The most common misconception about me is that people always have the impression that Obina is arrogant. But it's a very thin line between somebody who is arrogant and somebody who is confident. So I'm just a confident person who is not arrogant. I just feel like, it appears, the way I appear to you might not be the way I appear to someone else, you know. So some books mistake confidence for pride, for arrogance, but that's not it. It's just someone who knows what he wants. I am somebody who knows what I want. I do not, like I said, I'm unapologetically myself. I do not try to apologize for being myself. No, I don't need to. If I don't feel right about something, I put it out there. I say the way it is, and there's no trying to, you know. And if something is not okay with you, and I feel like this is not comfortable, I am the one to tell you this is not comfortable. I'm not the one to massage your ego. No, I'm not very good at that. So
I think it's very good to be straightforward.
Yes, like I'm like that. I'm like that.
All right. So if your life were to be a hashtag, what would you call it?
You said?
If your life were to be a hashtag, like hashtag Black Lives Matter, hashtag, what would it be?
Backlash. my hashtag would probably be backlash. You know, so backlash. Yes. You give it to me, I give it. I'm just saying. Okay, my hashtag would probably be mirror backlash. You know, so it's almost like I'm a mirror backlash. You know,
whatever you
give to me, I give to you. Yeah. So there's no trying to beat about the bush. No. You know? So these people could see me in this way, and another person could see me in that way. So I'm like a mirror backlash. I'm a mirror to yourself. So when you see me, if you say I'm arrogant, you've been arrogant. Yes, trust me.
I like that.
Thank you. So,
I like that.
Yeah.
So what legacy would you want to leave behind as a person, not just as a fashion designer, not as a lawyer, as a person, as Obi? What legacy would you want to leave behind?
The legacy I would like to leave behind is the man that stood for people, or that stood for the truth in any matter. I'm not somebody to buy into any kind of thing, you know. That's why sometimes, if you look at my profile, I'm an activist as well. I speak about, speak against things like rape. I speak against things like that. I speak about anything that has to take away the rights of the people. I'm a people person, and that's one of the reasons I even studied law in the first place. So I'm someone who will stand for anybody who I feel is maltreated or ill-treated. So that's the kind of person I am. So I feel like if I were to have an opportunity or leave anything behind, I would be the man who stood for people and who said the truth at all times. And that's something my grandfather and my dad had stood for. So I would like to key into that.
I really think with this mindset, you should have maybe considered politics or something in the long run.
For me, I don't think like politics is the only way you can influence your generation. I think like politics is just a little or another way to express yourself or tell people who you are, you know. So, but I feel like politics is just a way of, you mustn't have politics to change the world around, you know. Some good people would actually do things that are not in politics. Sometimes you might even go into politics and find out it's dirty. You don't want to go into politics because it will be cloud your judgment sometimes. So if you really want to make out a difference and you want to change your society, politics might not really be the way. There are other ways of doing these things. It could be philanthropism, it could be anything making the society, people around you. It starts from home as well. You know, what have you done for people around you? Yes. If I go to your area or wherever you stay, what impact have you made to people around you? So you want to make a change, start from yourself first before you begin taking power. Because sometimes power corrupts good manners as well. So you have to really, you know, assume. So I don't think politics is even a way to change it. No, I don't think so. I think you're changing the mindset of people, you know, awareness as well, changing their perception about certain things. Like if you're around a vicinity where violence is like what exists there, and you're someone who is an advocate for non-violence, that's enough to make a change. Yes, it should show. So it starts from you, not just get into power.
That's a very strong
because people have said that.
Begins with you.
Exactly. So people have said, I'm going to get to power. My dear, when you get to power, you would actually change. You cannot tell how you would behave when you're in power until you are in power. So for me, I think I should start from somewhere first before. But if power comes later, I mean, why not?
Yeah. All right. So
Yes.
you've been able to style a couple of A-list celebrities in the game. Likes of Kim Tonto, Davido, Chef Chi, a lot of people.
Yeah.
Who would you say was your favorite working with?
I won't say I have a favorite per se because I will offend a lot of people. So
Must be modest, right?
yes,
Yeah?
yes. But I mean, sometimes. Well, I mean, one of the jobs I have done in my life that has actually taken me, that moved my brand, was actually the Davido brand, the DMW brand, because I styled him. I was actually in court the day I was called to style Davido. Funny enough, I was in court, and then I got a call.
How did you feel?
No, funny enough, the person wasn't Davido. The person just said, I have a client for you. And I said I was in court. Could they wait till 3 p.m.? And they were like, yes, they could wait. So when I called back, when I got into my car, took off my jacket, if you see the way I styled the video, you would have seen I still wore my court jacket, but I had taken away the beep. So when I was like, no, I'm coming right away. So when I got to my car, I started to call. I was like, who is this person that I'm supposed to? They were like, it's an emergency. The person just flew in with a private jet. I already knew he was a big person, but I just kept my cool. And when I got there, he wasn't there. So I had to really wait. To be, I waited for another 3 hours before he came. But of course, I had to get my set ready, call my staff. Everybody put everything together before the video came. And then when he came, I was like, oh, this is the video. He actually apologized for coming late.
Are you serious?
So which was rare, which is very cool, dude, man. I was surprised. So he actually apologized for coming late, and then we started the shoot. And the shoot got like 3 a.m. the next day. So it was almost like a 12-hour shoot. Yes, it was a very long one for Dunes, right? Yeah, it was a very long one. But the good thing about it was his coordination and the way he put out himself. He was not proud, there was, so that's one of my best jobs, not because of the money I was paid, not because of anything, but because of the personality and the way he had treated me on set. So I think that's one of my best jobs ever.
Prior to then, do you think the video was proud? Like prior to
that, I had a perception because of social media. People that would call you out and say things, But when I met the guy, he's such a cool guy, such an amazing guy. I mean, sometimes I even, like, in between the set, I had made certain mistakes. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to put this in. He was like, calm down, Mr. Lawyer. So and Tonto is an amazing person as well. That's someone I've really worked with. And if all the time we have our issues on set, I'm like, no, we do this. That's one client I play with all the time. So if you know me very well, you know me with Tonto DK more often than, but Davido's styling job was one of the breakthroughs for me, and it gave me an insight that actually you don't judge people by don't judge a book by its cover until you meet people who don't have a perception about them, and don't put sentiments in business. So I think that's paved the way for me. Yeah, very importantly for me.
So diving back into the fashion industry, do you think the Nigerian fashion industry and Africa as a whole is coming up?
When you talk about the base, right? Africa accounts for like 34% of world fashion, I think, and Nigeria alone is almost on like 20% of that.
Wow.
Yeah, Nigerian fashion. So Nigerian fashion is actually making. Yes, we are. I think so. We are really improving, but the problem we have here is that our adire, our homegrown fabrics are not really selling again because these things are not really working in those places and there's no funding. So if I was asked for anything, I would ask that the federal government invest in the local-based fabrics like the adire and all that, as compared to the Ankara and all that. Let's bring these things up again. This can even create jobs opportunities for a lot of people.
Sure.
So I think fashion is next oil if you look beyond it.
Right.
I think fashion is next oil. So
because people always like
everybody's concentrating. Yes, people always you would always wear something. The reason you just wore your shoes right now was because you wanted to make a statement. Of course, you didn't want to look shabby on your. So the reason I would have dressed up really was also this. So I think like people should try as much as possible to look into the homegrown stuff. These jackets you are making for Louis Vuitton and Gucci and the rest of them, and they call very ridiculous amounts. In Nigeria here, there are things you can wear. Ankara fabric is selling like wildfire. These people who come here, take our fabrics, sell abroad, and they sell it like 100% the price, like 100% inflation. They inflate it by 100%. That's what they do. So I think we should look down here. When you see Ankara on Beyonce, you see Ankara on Rihanna. The few times they had worn it, it was super expensive and it was so beautiful. So you see these people like your prints. So let's learn to appreciate what we have here, appreciate our designers. We'll make our heroes. Yes. Let me give you an instance. Like, you see people who go to a Gucci store, they get something. It's not their size, but they manage it. But you come to a Nigerian designer, because there's the little, fit here. You want him to fit it, But you don't mind when you're buying from a Gucci store. Tell them, why don't you tell them, please fix it? It's actually not my fit. You pick it off the store, and you pay very ridiculously. And you come and pay less for a Nigerian designer, and you're like, I know it doesn't fit perfectly. You didn't know that it doesn't. Go tell a Gucci store that it doesn't fit. They will tell you, please hang it back on the rack. I'm not saying you should take anything from any designer, do you understand? But we should also try to respect and appreciate what we are doing down here. It's not so easy. We don't have the best power supply. We don't have the best of manpower here. You know, we don't have a lot of, but we can channel this thing into good energy. Support that designer. He has made 2-3 clothes for you. Maybe one was, try to say, oh, thank you for this one, but you didn't really get this right. You know, we can come to a consensus and make this whole thing work. You know, not just in fashion, it happens just across every other thing. Yes, every other thing, everything that is made in Nigeria. Try to support. I mean, there's this guy that makes cars in Austin Motors. Why can't we patronize him? Why do we need to travel out to, you know? And he makes very good cars as well. Yes, he does make very good cars. You know, people who have been to Navy and the rest will tell you that he makes a very good car. Or people who drive his kind of cars. You know, I was even thinking in my head, I was like, if I was going to buy my next car, or if I was going to change my car, I would really try to, I would probably talk to him, you know, and all that. You know, the government should bring down things for him so he can be able to, you know, this is somebody who is seeing Nigeria as a vision. This is somebody who has decided to take us. A lot of people are car dealers in Nigeria who just go abroad, buy things and encourage our money going out there. Why is this someone who is saying, bring the money to Nigeria? So the government should actually look into supporting Nigerian brands, and that's as startups as well. So I mean, that's and the best way to actually get people who do these things, probably from NYSC. You know, Nigeria Youth Service Corps. These are the people who, you know, these are the time they are coming out to the world and they are trying to find a balance. Use this power, you know, and improve what is homegrown. So
I really
that's
think
important.
You should politics, Obi. Think about it. You need to give me an answer.
I pray I will. Maybe, just maybe.
You
never can tell. Yeah, thank you.
Alright guys, we'll be hanging out right here with the best fashion designer right here, Obi. We're going on a short break right now. I'll be right back. Hi guys, welcome back. So now on to the game segment of our show.
Yeah.
Hope you are ready for me.
Thank you. I'm ready.
So we're gonna play a fashion game.
I don't want to embarrass my village people. Okay.
I give you a designer brand. Then you tell me the year it was founded.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Alright. So first I have So I'm feeling generous today. So I decided to put down options.
Okay.
So I'll color the options for you. Then you give me
the answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. So I have Versace.
Versace started up, right?
Yeah.
When they started up in the year 1978. 78. I'm a Versace person here, so yeah. So Versace started in the year 78. Yes.
Yeah, you got it right. So I have Gucci.
Gucci. Blank. I'm not a Gucci person,
right,
so
let me give you options. A, 1921. B, 1991. C, 1994. D, 1902.
1991, I would guess.
Nah, 1921.
1921, okay. So,
alright, so
I'm not a Gucci person. Yeah, so.
Alright, so thirdly, Chanel.
Chanel 1901. 1901.
1901.
Yes.
Let me give you options.
Okay.
1909, 1900, 1901, 1931.
1901.
Yay! I want this one. 1909. It actually was founded in 1909 by Gabrielle Chanel.
Okay.
Yeah. So next one is LV, Louis Vuitton. You shouldn't miss this one.
LV, Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
Okay.
What year was it founded? Should I give you
me the options? Yes, give me the options.
All right. A, 1854. B, 1964. C, 1864. D, 1764.
1864.
Think again. A, 1854. B, 1964. C, 1864.
1864, 1964. This is confusing. Like I know, like okay.
1854. Then 1864. So like confusing. 1854. Yeah.
1864. Okay, 1854 then. 1854 is the year for Louis Vuitton because 1854. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Got it. All right. So we have Fendi. A, 1925.
Don't worry, I already know that is a 1925 brand. Yay! Thank you. Fendi is a 1925 brand.
Number one fan of Fendi. Alright, so lastly we have Taris Designs.
Taris Design was established 3 years ago. So this is 2020, right? It was established in 2017.
Oh, 2017, 18, 19.
Yes.
20, and that's
Yes,
3 years
3 years.
ago.
That's when it was launched. Yes, officially.
All right.
Yes,
You did
as a
very
fashion
well.
brand.
You
Thank
did
you.
very well, my game.
Thank you very
I
much.
think you scored more than 50%. I had
I'm an A student. I'm an A student.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So much.
Thank
God
you.
bless you.
Thank you very much. God bless you too.
All right, guys. So we have come to the end of our show for today. I hope you had fun with me and Taris in the building. Hope to see you next time.
Bye.
And that was it for today on Celebrity Q&A. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at ViewerTVNG. And you can also follow me personally at LanzyJ. Thank you for watching. Until I come your way next time.